Hello and welcome to another Portsmouth Diary. So, what happened yesterday? Well, yesterday was a really bad day because I had to travel by stagecoach all day. And in Portsmouth there are two bus companies. There's First and there's Stagecoach. And First, there's quite a lot of First buses, so you can get around pretty easily. But with Stagecoach, there's like one bus. And for a large part of yesterday, I kind of felt like I was stuck in E-space. I was in the same bloody place and I couldn't get out of it because there were no buses. Because it was Bank Holiday Monday, of course, so buses were a bit slim. But I really felt like I was trapped yesterday because, in Portsmouth there's this sort of quay, or whatever it's called, where there's the HMS Victory and all that sort of thing, Mary Rose, that area. I was trapped in there for feckin' ages because I couldn't get out because there was no quick way of actually getting to where I wanted to go. Because I started off, the reason I bought the Stagecoach ticket was because I wanted to go to this adventure park, which was in way over there. So I got one bus and that took ages, it took like an hour to get there. And then when I did get there, it turns out that I had to buy another ticket to get to the final part of the destination, which would have costed £6. So I went back home, back to Portsmouth, and by that time a lot of the day had been wasted. We got to like 12 o'clock. So I was really panicking, really anxious, and that's when I got stuck in, this sort of quay area where the Mary Rose and the thing is. And I just couldn't get out. I was walking to try and get out and I couldn't get out. And then I tried getting a bus and that didn't help. And eventually I did get a bus which was suitable and got me out. It was the 700, so I got out of there. But I really felt feckin' horrible trying to get out of this feckin' place. I couldn't get out. It really made me sick, and I can't go there now because the bus just generally goes that way, on most journeys. So so whenever I pass that place now, I just look on the floor because it would literally fuck my head up if I looked at it because I'm just sick to the sight of seeing that feckin' place. So after that, I went to the amusement park and had kind of a boring trip time around there. I had a slush puppy, an enormous one, and so I was kind of just looking forward to the end of the day, like the nightlife part. But before then I sat down and I thought, well, I am on holiday, so I'll sit down and watch some TV because that's something I don't often do anymore. So I was lying on the bed and I turned the TV on and there was this fascinating programme called, what was it called now? Something like Snapped, that's it. And it's about this, about women who literally snap and go crazy and kill people. But it was fascinating, really interesting, because it's the mystery of everything. Why did they do this? What caused them to snap? And there was like 6 or 7 of these programmes back to back. One of them was about this woman who set fire to her own house because she wanted to claim insurance money on her husband to start up her fashion business. Why go to extreme lengths just to do something like that? And there was another one where this woman, she got dental surgery, and the dental surgery made her really ill. So she sort of literally handed over her business, like she said, "Look, I want you to take over the business," to her friend, and her friend literally sunk it into the ground, and that was that. She couldn't really help it, the woman, sinking into the ground because there was a problem with the landlord. And so the other woman who had the bad dental surgery, she's sort of like, oh yeah, fine, that's fine, yeah, no worries. And she kind of made out that everything was fine. But then, suddenly, the other woman who sunk the business into the ground experiences these things, because this woman comes round, or some figure comes round, and shoots at her car. And then 1 month later, comes again and shoots at her car. And then another month later, she comes around again and shoots the house, and so people were almost they didn't get hurt, but they almost got hurt. And by that time they'd put CCTV cameras in, and so they caught her. Yeah, she was quite a nutter, really quite mad. But it was really fascinating. I really enjoyed that. I could watch more of those. Yeah, some of them aren't so good, but yeah. Anywho, so then I went to Subway, and I was starving hungry, absolutely starving. And the buses, Bank Holiday Monday, buses. And of course I can't change the ticket. I have a stagecoach all day, so there's only one bus, literally. And so I got to Subway and I ordered like a foot-long thing. Yeah, because a lot of people find it strange that I don't cook the Subway thing, but I don't. To me, Subway is a sandwich shop, so I don't see why you want to cook it. Because I don't want to. I find it like a sort of healthy, really delicious sort of sandwich, and it's a treat to me really going to Subway. Literally, I'm on holiday. Subway. So yeah, and I had turkey and mayo, and there wasn't enough mayonnaise, I have to say, so I picked somebody else's from this building. Yeah, one thing I will say about this building is never assume. Anyone coming here, I'd say to them, never assume. If there's a light switch which seems really obvious that is the light switch, it is not the light switch. It's likely to be a phony light switch which has been put there just to make trouble. I often find that's the case. I go to pick the light switch and it's not the light switch, it's the one there. And then I went out, and because I'd been on the stagecoach bus before, I'd noticed that there were all these clubs and bars and things like that. So I went on the bus, and when I saw an area which had lots of bars and clubs, I went in. And so I found this one bar, and the staff, well, I thought she was a bit mad. I thought, she must have had like 15 cups of coffee the day before, or, she seemed hyper. So I didn't like her. So I had a Bacardi and Coke there. That's my new thing. I love Bacardi and Coke. I love the sweetness of it. It's not because I'm gay, but I just love the sweetness of Bacardi and Coke. And yeah, so I had that, and I really thought that was rather expensive because I didn't even get a full glass. It was like a half glass, a half-assed glass, and so yeah, so then I went on to this other place, and it was a Wetherspoons, and yesterday I was at Wetherspoons and I had that picture of Jack Daniels and Coke, which is called a Godfather, and so I thought, well, it was good value. You pay £10, you get a picture, and it lasts a long time. So I went into Wetherspoons, and there was this nice cute barman there, and he served me this Godfather, and then I went to go and sit on my own. And I think it was because I was sitting on my own that I got targeted for being talked to. And I don't know what it was. It may have been my wristbands. But this old man came up to me and he started talking to me and said, do you like cricket and everything? And then it became apparent he was gay too. And he wanted to come out. And, he wasn't really confident doing this. And so we were talking for a while. And he mentioned that we should go to this bar called HB, which is like the gay bar of Portsmouth. And I'd heard about this place and I wanted to go, but I didn't really have the confidence, or I didn't know where it was. And he knew where it was, so he was a useful person. So, and so I kind of leapt on that and said, yeah, let's go there. But first we went back to that bar. We walked up the road to go to this bar again, the one I went to earlier, because there was like a 50-minute wait for the bus. So we were in there for a bit, and then we came back and went to, and then we got on the bus and went to this HB place. And yeah, you'd think with a whole picture of Jack Daniels and Coke in me that I'd be confident, but I wasn't really. We went in there and it was kind of dull, and there wasn't many people there, and it was a bit and most of the people were old, so it wasn't really exciting. But then as the evening went on, lots more young folk came in, and but the problem was I was all stuck with this old man, you see. That's the problem, because people always thought, old man, young man, we're in a relationship or we're doing something. So I always had to look after him, so I couldn't just go out there and talk to people. And eventually I just sort of walked off, and and this girl kind of came up to me and said, "Ooh, yeah, you look a bit lost." And so she got one of her friends to come down, and then it got a bit, one of her male friends, and then it got a bit vague. I can't really recall what happened, but I ended up kissing this guy, and yeah, yeah, we kissed like 3 or 4 times, and then he just wandered off somewhere, and then I saw him later kissing lots of other girls. Well, he kissed a girl and he kissed a guy, so yeah, that was kind of devastating. And then the other guy had disappeared by this point, the old man, I don't know where he went, but and then I felt really lonely and really sad, so I just went home, but I got a taxi home, and then that was that. Wasted an enormous amount of money. Yeah, but and that was Monday.